Ladies and gentlemen, let me take you on a journey where age is not a weakness, but a strength. A journey where time doesn't diminish a man's value, but rather polishes it like a rare diamond. There is something profoundly captivating about an older man who carries himself with confidence, emotional depth, and purpose. Women don't just notice this, they are drawn to it like a moth to a flame. You see, women don't go crazy because of age, they go crazy because of the essence an older man radiates. The way he walks into a room, the way he listens, the way he carries his experiences like medals of honor. Age brings stories. It brings lessons. It brings a depth that is impossible to fake. Women are not fascinated by the years you have lived, but by the wisdom those years have carved into your soul. And when you combine that wisdom with certain traits, the effect is magnetic. The first trait is confidence. Not the loud, empty kind that tries to impress. No, the kind of confidence that radiates quietly and powerfully. Imagine this: a man who doesn't need to prove himself to anyone. He knows his worth. He knows his value. He walks into a room not needing to be the center of attention, yet somehow becoming it. Women feel that. They are drawn to it. They crave it because true confidence is rare and it is contagious. When you as a man exude real confidence, you create an environment where a woman feels safe, secure, and admired. She doesn't have to second guess your intentions because your energy is steady, unwavering, and real. I remember a conversation with a young woman who told me, "He's not the youngest man I've dated, but there's something about him that makes me feel calm yet excited at the same time." That something was confidence, the kind that comes with age, with experience, with surviving the storms of life and coming out stronger. A man who owns his scars, owns his story, and that ownership is incredibly attractive. Women don't just admire it, they go crazy for it. Then there is emotional intelligence. This is where older men truly shine. Life has taught them patience. Life has taught them that listening is sometimes more powerful than speaking. Women long for emotional connection. They long to be understood, not just heard. They want someone who can see beyond their words, who can read the emotions behind the silence. Emotional intelligence is about being present. It's about empathy. It's about being able to handle conflicts with grace rather than ego. A woman once shared with me how she fell in love with an older man simply because of how he made her feel understood. He didn't rush to fix her problems. He didn't dismiss her emotions. He simply held space for her. That's what emotional intelligence does. It creates a bond so deep, so powerful, that it transcends physical attraction. It makes a woman feel safe to be herself. When you, as a man, cultivate this emotional depth, you unlock a part of her heart that few ever reach. And then, purpose. Oh, how powerful it is when a man has purpose. You see, passion is magnetic. Drive is seductive. Women are naturally drawn to men who are on a mission, men who wake up with fire in their eyes because they are chasing something bigger than themselves. Purpose gives you direction. It gives you strength. It gives you an energy that inspires others. When a woman sees a man who is passionate about his life, his work, his dreams, she can't help but admire him. She respects him. She wants to be part of that energy. This doesn't mean you have to be rich or famous. Purpose is not about status, it's about direction. It's about having a vision for your life, no matter how big or small. It could be building a business, creating art, mentoring others, or simply living a life of integrity and growth. When a man has purpose, he becomes unstoppable. And women love a man who knows where he's going. Because when you have purpose, you also have confidence and strength. You're not swayed by temporary setbacks because you're focused on the bigger picture. That resilience is deeply attractive. It tells a woman, this is a man I can count on. But purpose alone is not enough. It must be balanced with a protective yet independent energy. Women love a man who makes them feel safe, emotionally, mentally, and physically, but not one who cages them. There is a fine line between protection and control, and older men who have learned the lessons of love understand this. They know how to offer support without suffocating. They know how to love without possessing. They know how to protect without limiting. Imagine a relationship where a woman feels free to be herself, to chase her own dreams, to grow in her own way, while also knowing that there is someone by her side who will stand up for her, defend her, and be her rock when she needs it. That's the kind of balance that makes a relationship thrive. It's rare, it's precious, and it's what makes women feel deeply connected to an older man who understands this balance. All of these qualities, confidence, emotional intelligence, purpose, protective energy, they are not things you can buy. They are not things you can fake. They are cultivated over time through experience, through growth, through self-awareness. That's why age, when embraced correctly, becomes an asset. It's not about competing with younger men. It's about becoming the best version of yourself at every stage of life. So, gentlemen, if you want to embody these traits, start by looking inward. Ask yourself, do you truly believe in your own worth? Do you listen, or do you simply wait for your turn to speak? Do you have a passion that fuels you? Do you know how to protect without controlling? These questions are the key to becoming the kind of man women not only admire, but crave. And here's the truth. Women go crazy when older men do these four things because they tap into something primal, something emotional, something spiritual. It's not about tricks or tactics. It's about becoming a man of depth, a man of substance, a man of purpose. When you do that, you don't have to chase. You attract, you inspire, you lead. So embrace your journey. Every scar, every failure, every victory has shaped you into who you are today. Don't hide it. Own it. Live it. And watch how the world and the women in it respond to the man you have become. Because when you radiate these qualities, you don't just capture attention, you capture hearts. Women don't just notice you, they go crazy for you. And that, gentlemen, is the power you hold. Gentlemen, as you reflect on everything we've shared today, remember, this being an older man is not a limitation. It is your greatest advantage. The years you've lived have gifted you lessons that many are still searching for. They've given you the chance to refine yourself, to rise above superficiality, and to embrace a deeper way of living and loving. When you carry yourself with quiet confidence, when you connect with emotional intelligence, when you live with passion and purpose, and when you offer protection without control, you don't just become attractive, you become unforgettable. You become the man who inspires admiration, respect, and yes, even a little bit of madness in the hearts of women. So walk forward with your head high, knowing that your age is not something to fear, but something to celebrate. Own your story, embrace your power, and let these qualities flow through everything you do. Because when you live this way, you won't have to seek validation. It will come to you naturally. Women will not just see you, they will feel you, they will remember you. The world needs more men who embody these truths. Be that man. Live with strength, love with depth, and let your presence be a legacy that speaks louder than words ever could.